here talking about our 7 chords, the different kinds of 7 chords we have, how we build them, how they interact with our major keys and our minor keys. In previous lessons, we've covered the different kinds of triads that we have in a major key or in a minor key. We've got major chords, we've got minor chords, and we've got diminished chords. Just to do a quick recap here, major chords are a root, a major third, and a fifth. Minor chords are a root, a minor third, and a fifth. And diminished chords are a root, a minor third, and a flat 5, a diminished fifth. The way that we extrapolate our chords from the scale and therefore the key that we're working within is we just start on the first note of the scale. We keep that note, skip the next note, keep the next note, skip the next one, and keep the one after that. Keep, skip, keep, skip, keep. Do, mi, so, do, mi, so. So if I'm starting at C, we're going to be working in C major today. Keep it simple. C is my root, E is my major third, and G is my fifth. Do, mi, so. So that gives me C major. And we do that same process of keep, skip, keep for all of our starting points, all the notes that we have in that scale. There are 7 notes in C major, so therefore there's going to be 7 chords, right? 1 for starting on each one of those 7 notes. That gives us major, minor, minor, major, major, minor, diminished. That's our order of chords in C major, or in any major key, right? All we're going to do to now take 7 chords out of that scale and out of that key is we're going to add one more skip a note, keep a note to that process. We're just going to go one note further essentially to add in a 4th note. So we're going to go from a 3-note triad to a 4-note chord. 7 chords are 4-note chords. So again, we're going to start on C. We're going to go through that same process, keep, skip, keep, skip, keep. But now we're going to go skip the next note, keep the next note. So that gives us this. That gives us C, E, G, and B. Do, mi, so, ti, do, mi, so, ti. What that is that is a major chord, a major triad, with a major 7th stacked on top. Remember, we have 2 different kinds of 7s that we're going to use here. We have major 7s, the kind that we know we have in a major key, right? Do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti, do, ti. And we have minor 7s, the kind of 7s that we have in a minor scale, a minor key. Do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti, do, ti. So what we're going to do is we're going to take those 3-note triads and we're just going to stack one more note on top, either a major 7 or a minor 7. So that gives us, starting on C, C, E, G, and B. Do, mi, so, ti, root, major 3rd, 5th, major 7th. What we call that note, or what we call that chord, excuse me, is a major 7 chord. A major 7 chord is a major triad with a major 7th stacked on top. So now we're going to start on the 2nd note of the scale, and we're going to find our 2 chord. So well, we know keep, skip, keep, skip, keep. We know that D minor is our 2 chord, a root, a minor 3rd, and a 5th. Do, mi, say, do, mi, so, excuse me, sol, not say. Do, mi, so, do, mi, so. Now what we're going to do, like same thing. We're going to skip a note and keep a note. So we started on D, keep, skip, keep, skip, keep. We're going to go one more. Skip this note, keep this note. So that gives us do, mi, so, te, do, mi, so, te. That gives us a minor chord, a minor triad, with a minor 7th stacked on top. So now what we call this chord is, we call this a minor 7 chord. With me so far? This is a minor triad with a minor 7th stacked on top. So our 1 chord is going to be a major 7 chord, which is a major triad with a major 7th stacked on top. And our 2 chord is going to be a minor 7 chord. It's a minor triad with a minor 7th stacked on top. Now we're going to start in the third note, or the third note of the scale. So keep a note, skip a note, keep a note, skip a note, keep a note. Do, re, say, do, re, sol. It's the second time I've done that. Do, re, sol. My solfege is all over the place today. Do, re, sol. A root, a minor third, and a fifth. We're going to skip the next note and keep the next note. What that gives us is a minor triad with a minor 7 stacked on top. Again, so our 3 chord is also a minor 7 chord. So we've got a major 7 chord as our 1 chord, a minor 7 chord as our 2 chord, a minor 7 chord as our 3 chord, and now we're going to start on our 4th note to make our 4 chord. Keep, skip, keep. That's a major triad, right? Our 4 chord's a major chord, we know that. But now we're going to go keep, skip, keep, skip, keep, skip, keep. Do, re, sol, ti, do, re, sol, ti. This is another major 7 chord. This is a major triad with a major 7 stacked on top. So far, we've got major 7, minor 7, minor 7, major 7. Now we're going to start on our 5 chord. Well, we know our 5 chord in a major key is a major chord. Well, it would stand to reason this is probably going to be a major 7 chord, right? They have been so far. Let's see, let's figure this out. Keep, skip, keep, skip, keep, skip, keep. That's weird. Do, re, sol, te. Do, re, sol, te. That's a minor 7. So what this chord is, our 5 chord is a major triad with a minor 7th stacked on top. What we call this chord is we call this a dominant chord. A dominant chord is again a major triad, but instead of putting a major 7 on top, we're putting a minor 7 on top. So it gives it a very different sound. Here's just a contrast. Here's a major 7 chord. Here's a dominant 7 chord. So we've got major 7, minor 7, minor 7, major 7, dominant 7. Now we're going to start on our 6th note, La. Same process. Keep, skip, keep, skip, keep. That gives us a minor triad, obviously, and now we're going to do the same thing. Keep, skip, keep, skip, keep, skip, keep. That gives us a minor 7. So this is a minor 7 chord, a minor triad with a minor 7 stacked on top. So far, major 7, minor 7, minor 7, major 7, dominant 7, minor 7. Now we're going to start on the last note of our major scale. In this case, because we're in C major, that's going to be B. And we're going to do the same process. Keep, skip, keep, skip, keep. That gives us a diminished chord, right? The last chord in a major key is diminished. Do, me, say. Same process. Keep, skip, keep, skip, keep, skip, keep. What that is a minor 7 that we're going to put on top of a diminished chord. So that gives us a root, a minor 3rd, a flat 5, and a minor 7th. What we call that chord is, we call that a half diminished chord. Another name for that chord is a minor 7 flat 5. The reason being, it's just a minor 7 chord, root, minor 3rd, 5th, minor 7, but we're going to flatten the 5th, right? So those are just 2 different names for the same chord. We often call that chord a half diminished chord or a minor 7 flat 5 chord. So that is how we extrapolate 7 chords from our major key. It's the exact same process. All we've done is we've added an extra step of skipping another note and then keeping that 4th note, right? We're adding in the 7 on top of that triad. We have major 7, minor 7, minor 7, major 7, dominant 7, minor 7, half diminished. Okay, that's our order of chords as 7 chords in a major key in Ionian. This is also true of chords in a minor key, right? If we know the relationship between chords in a major key versus chords in a minor key, right? We can really surmise here that the chords that we're going to have, the 7 chords that we're going to have in a minor key, in Aeolian, if we're starting on the 6th chord of that cycle, right? Major 7, minor 7, minor 7, major 7, dominant 7, minor 7. We can figure out from there that the chords that are going to be in a minor key in 7 chords are going to be, our 1 chord is going to be a minor 7 chord. Our 2 chord is going to be a half diminished chord, minor 7 flat 5. Our 3 is going to be major 7. Our 4 is going to be minor 7. Our 5 is also going to be minor 7. Our 6 is going to be major 7. And then our 7 is going to be dominant. So that gives us the order of types of 7 chords that we have in a minor key. Major key, 7 chords, major 7, minor 7, minor 7, major 7, dominant 7, minor 7, half diminished. Our chords as 7 chords in a minor key is minor 7, half diminished, major 7, minor 7, minor 7, major 7, dominant 7. So that is a quick rundown, quick crash course, if you will, on 1, what our 7 chords are, 2, how we build them, and 3, how we find that those chords interact with our keys. So I hope this was helpful. 7 chords are a really, really fun part of music to start to conquer. Once we get comfortable with 7 chords, all of our extended chords in music are just chords beyond 7 chords, taking a 7 chord and adding more notes to it, are really fun. And 7 chords are great. They're a great entry into that. We need to know our 7 chords before we can obviously work on our extended chords, and it's a whole world of fun with 7 chords. So play around with them. They sound very different than triads. Adding that 4th note in adds tension in a way that isn't there in triads. I love triads. I love 7 chords. They just function differently. They give you different sounds, very different colors to work with. So work with some 7 chords. Maybe take some songs that you know, and if you're just used to playing them as triads, try playing them as 7 chords with the function that they have in that key, in that major or minor key, and see how you like the sound of it. All of this is, as always, just what dictates what we play in terms of our harmony in music is the melody, and what we want to sound, what we want that sound to be like, that relationship between the melody and the harmony. So I hope this was helpful. I'll see you in the next lesson, and thanks so much for watching. I appreciate it.